Ba-doom, da-doom, doom, doom, doom. We have talked about this many times before, but I'll say it again just for good measure. How's the screen? Are we all where we're supposed to be? Is everybody happy? Is everybody tuned in? Now look at that. Now, just like a trained broadcast professional making all my adjustments on the fly, baby. You guys remember, we talked about this a couple times over the past 2 years. Do you guys remember Super Chicken? Well, little character, the little, I don't know who his sidekick was. I keep wanting to say Peabody, but that was the other guy. I was a little boy and Peabody and Sherman and Peabody. No, it was a little super chicken guy. And he had the glasses on, he's a little nerdy chicken, and then he drank his little martini of his super sauce, and he became super chicken. That's all it took. So, you guys probably didn't know what that was. I am super chicken. I have a secret sauce. No. It is not martinis. It is not whiskey. It is a legitimate secret sauce, super sauce. Ready? It's a 5-hour energy. Yeah, that's all he did. He'd mix up a 5-hour energy with an olive, and then he'd go ahead and drink that down, and he was good to go. He became super chicken. So, when you think that you're in trouble and you need help on the double, when you think that you might take a licking, you remember? Buck, super chicken. Come on, don't make me look like an asshole sitting here singing that song by myself. Anyway, I'm going to drink my super sauce. I will become super chicken, and then we can proceed with the program. With a good microphone. I'm sure you guys heard that. We're good to go. Super Chicken is on his way. Should be here any moment. So it's Tuesday, April 18th. Yeah, and Chris Wilson, he's throwing the shots. But relax, Bob McKay. It was just secret sauce, man. It was a secret sauce. I wasn't drinking whiskey. Calm down. We don't need to raise a glass. Whoa. Everybody's got whiskey glasses. All right, look. If you bunch of alcoholics want to go ahead and drink right now, go ahead and drink right now. I was simply having some secret sauce so I could get going. I have my super secret sauce. That's all. There was nothing like it. All right. So today's Tuesday, April 18th. And I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning dead. Yeah. Now, admittedly, I'm probably looking pretty good for a dead guy, but I wasn't totally dead. I was mostly dead, which is somewhat alive. And for any of you that have seen Princess Bride, this is all making perfect sense. So, yeah, that thing that put me in the ER back Christmas Day or day after Christmas decided to attack me again this morning at 3 a.m. I did not wake up my wife. I did not call an ambulance. I did what every good Gen Xer would do. I tried that thing in my gut that just knots me up and put me in the lower gut, just put me in the ER. I tried to flush it through. First with water. That didn't seem to be helping. So I got out whiskey. Yeah. And drank about a half a bottle of Knob Creek trying to flush that through. I mean, doesn't that make sense? Isn't that like a nuts and bolts thing? Doesn't that make physics sense to you guys? When you have a clogged sink or something, you pour Drano, and Drano is powerful and it eats everything, and you can't fuck with Drano, and the Drano goes in there and it cleans everything up. Whoosh, out it goes. All right. Well, I submit to you that whiskey is the Drano of the human body. It made sense to me. I had some stuff that was clogged. Didn't want to use milk. No. You don't want to have a malt? No, not what I'm thinking. Those things would not unclog a sink, but Jack Daniels, Knob Creek, whiskey would unclog a sink. Well, my sink needed to be unclogged, so I began drinking, and by 5 a.m, I was sure I was dead. It turned out to not be the most brilliant thing I've ever done in my whole goddamn life. Although it felt good at the time. So there I am. I'm drinking. I'm half a bottle in 20 minutes. So my brain is no longer in control of what's going on. My brain is arguing with my body about which direction we're supposed to go. My body is going, there is something wrong. Call an ambulance. My brain's going, no, we need more whiskey. And that was a fight we had from about 5 till about 7 this morning. I eventually, truth be known, the whiskey flushed it through. I'm still hurting. I'm in a lot of pain right now. I am not myself. Gen X mom pulled back and put me on the tortilla butter diet thing. She gave me a shit ton of pills, and then it was water all day, and then I had toast on it for lunch and dinner. She put me right back where I was before, but the whiskey did work. Yeah, it flushed me right through. Am I in the ER? Am I hooked up to an IV right now? Are they injecting morphine into my body as we speak? Unfortunately, no. But I did pass the test. I could count to 10 backwards 16 times in a row without fucking up. I walked a straight line backwards with my eyes closed and my knees bent, which was another good thing. And I was cleared by the medical board to become your broadcast professional for this evening. And lo and behold, here I am. So, yeah, if you see me in a little bit of discomfort and a little bit of pain, that's why. Because that hit me really hard this morning, and I wasn't sure how my day was going to go. Didn't even get out of my room till close to 10 o'clock. Just try to force my way downstairs. But I made it. I had some conversations with a few of you folks through texting today. We talked to some of the staff and talked to Mrs. Forwatton and talked to Loud One. Got a few things out of the way that I could. I could text okay, but boy, coming up short on the conversations with the phone. Couldn't do that. But anyway, so with all that being said, all of us, with all of your pains and your miseries and your good days, your bad days, we have all arrived at the same point. Yeah, that is fortuitous, as they say. That's a $12 word. I'm a $3 guy, but I cheated. I looked it up before the program started. For those of you who don't know, there is another monitor here to my left, your right, and what happens is some of the staff will grab what you're saying, they'll copy and paste what you're saying, and they'll put it up over here. Now, as I'm rambling on telling a story, I'm not reading anything going on here in the comments. However, if you have said something clever, if you have said something witty, if you have been complimentary and charming like your gracious host, then I will get to it. You just got to hang around and see, how long it takes. Hopefully it won't be the end of the program, but I do make it a habit of trying to read all of your comments, as many as I can, answer your questions. If it's something I don't know, guess what? I will tell you I don't know. If it's something I do know or I have an opinion on, I'll try to give you something solid on that too. So before we get going too far, let me run through the sheets over here. And they're called the sheets because this monitor uses, she's in there and I'm in here. She's on Google Docs or Google Sheets copy. Anyway, we call this the sheets because not only is it fun to say that I have my wife over here between the sheets taking notes. That's always clever. It's not as fun when it's Trippy Pineapple or Lionheart. When it's one of the guys on staff, I try not to ever say that. We just skip right over what we call this. All right. The Saint, awesome first time catching this. Go Gen X. Thanks to Saint for showing up. Jonathan Harrod, I'm a millennial, but I feel like Gen X and really appreciate the general and his input and advice. Jonathan, appreciate the kind words. Thanks for sticking around. Who's here? Gwen Charles Tingle. I still think that's a porn name. I know it's not. I've seen her now. She's beautiful, but it's just, wouldn't that be a name you'd call a girl's like, if her name is, Ruth Bisbee, say, no, for this next movie, we're, take off all your clothes. We're calling you Gwen Tingle. And that's a porn name in my mind. Hello, General. Handsome as always. Thank you, Gwen. Lovely compliments from you. Jason Bertrand. Congratulations on the 400,000. Yeah, Jason, the kid did it. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're going to get to a little bit more of that in a minute. But 400,000. Yeah, just it's a long haul. It's a long way to go, and we'll talk about that. Ashley Beth Crawford. Hello, General. As handsome as ever. Well, I swear to God, one more person calls me handsome. I just don't know if I can contain myself. I truly don't. Tugboat 420. I lost my dad yesterday. He was found unresponsive in the morning. Well, there's no way to tell you anything good about that, Tugboat. It just sounds like he went peacefully. That's about the only thing that's going to matter. Don't be alone. Try not to be by yourself too much. And the feeling that you have right now, there's nobody's words are going to, I'm sorry for your loss, and I'm sorry for your feelings or your dad. Nothing's going to help. Okay? I'm not telling you to tell everybody to fuck off, but none of those words that they're trying to give you are going to help whatsoever. Time is only going to make it a little bit less, maybe a little bit less frequent. But losing your dad's a big thing. And it's not to be taken lightly. Tug, hang out, man. Maybe we can find a way to distract you for a little bit here. Kelly Maravella, what do donations go to? anytime you get right now, what they're going to is the kids trying to build a studio, which we'll get to some pictures of that in a little bit. Tough shed, not a real studio. It's a tough shed in the yard where we can drag some equipment in and fire off a generator, and there's a tough shed. But trying to build a studio, trying to build something where he can do a little more action, a little more work, be a little more involved, where we can get out of the corner of the living room where Jennick's mom is about ready to divorce me. So that all goes towards that right now. Normally projects go towards the kid and his FFA, which is coming to an end. He doesn't know if he's going to raise another animal this summer to show to the fair in September. He hasn't quite decided yet, but for right now, his car is running. His 1991 Camry is running, so he doesn't need money for that. He's got a couple bucks saved up for gas and insurance right now, trying to put money into this tough shed to become a studio. That's where it's going. All the stuff you guys goes towards the kids and his project and his things, and the studio is his baby 100% for sure. That much I can assure you. Joe Jones, what's up, fool? Greetings from Detroit, Michigan. I really enjoy your outlook. It aligns with mine. Well, far out, man. I hope you guys don't have teenagers running through your neighborhood fucking shit up. I'm hoping that's just in the city down the road a little bit from you. Rachel Hensley, what do you got in there? Rachel, Moonshine is what I grew up on to unclog. When made properly, it's awesome. Otherwise, she tasted like it came out of a rusty radiator. That's how Gen X rolls. Well, yeah, I got to connect you with Mrs. Fort Watton. She's an old girl, lived back up in one of those hollers back up inside of Tennessee, and she got her granddaddy still that she'd been dragging around with her forever. She got 15 acres, and back in one of the little bayou areas out there, there's just an overgrown swamp from where the pump ran all the time for too long, too many years. There's a still, and it's in what looks like an old outhouse. But boy, she got the recipe just right, doesn't she? I'm gonna tell you. Beautiful disaster member for 6 months. Good evening, handsome man and the stunning Gen X mom. Well, you got half that right. Brian Rowe, hello. What do you think about the crap going on in Chicago and Ukraine? Well, I don't think there's any specific thing going on in both countries. Unless Dennis Rodman has decided to visit Ukraine, I don't think I can connect the dots to make both of those things in one conversation. However, yeah, still no arrests. The mayor-elect of Chicago, I read a thing from him today. You're not gonna believe. You probably already know, but you're not gonna believe it if you haven't heard it yet. And I'm telling it to you. You set down your fine china because you're gonna break it. He said, I'm paraphrasing here because I didn't write down the quote. He says, "While it's terrible what they did and shouldn't have been happening, I'm against it and I oppose it. But just remember, anything people say before the word but." Doesn't matter. It's all bullshit, and it's a fucking lie. But he says, we need to see why these children were behaving this way, being the opportunities they were denied. That was the part that caught me. He wants to evaluate all of these kids, which he can't because he didn't bother arresting any of them. But he wants to evaluate all these kids and dive into their living situation with the opportunities that they were denied that clearly were the cause of this incident, because children would never behave that way in my city. There you go. Yeah, so what do I think? I think the mayor-elect is about as fucking idiotic as the one who was there before him. I think the war in Ukraine, was pretty badass until those Pentagon leaks, and they were pretty clearly showing, like I said, it's really hard to find the ones on the internet that aren't doctored, but if you look hard enough, you can pick out a few of them that haven't been fucked with. But one of the messages was that the United States, Russia fell apart. The Soviet Union fell apart. Russia's the rebuilt kid brother version of what the Soviet Union empire used to be. All right, so the United States military just fucking badass, CIA wicked cool, and they're so deep into their network of spying on them that they knew they were warning Ukraine. Here's where the bombs are coming. Here's the pilots' names that are flying them. Here's how much jet fuel is in each plane that's coming your direction. Here's the whole thing. They had all the information, so it was really an effective way for Ukraine to defend itself. And one of the reasons Russia's kind of stepping on their dick at every turn was because of that. So I thought that was great. Now I don't know if they're going to change their codes or do whatever, but I'm pretty sure our boys in the Pentagon can just get right back into their homework as quick as they want to. I just think it's a badass way to go. And that unfortunately these leaks expose some of that shit. So when, Putin calls over and says, were you guys really checking out our shit? Were you spying on our military? We're in the middle of a war here. Were you spying on us? I mean, we know Biden's going to go, well, I'm really sorry. Let me apologize. Here's a bunch of money. Let me fire everybody and let me go on national television and tell you how fucked up America is for who we are. That's what Biden's going to say. What he should say is, yeah, we're spying on you. Go fuck yourself. If you don't like it, quit invading other countries and we'll leave you alone. Just kidding. We're still going to spy on you, so get used to it. You can't stop us. That's what should be said. That's if I was president, that's exactly how that phone call. I wouldn't even be waiting for the phone call from Putin. I would have called him and said, hey, you probably already heard on the internet that about the leaks in the Pentagon. Yeah, we've been, you know what? I can't do that. Leaks in the Pentagon and shit. So just wanted to call you and tell you, yeah, we've been listening to your shit. Everything we figured out, we told Ukraine. And if you don't like it, fuck off because you can't do anything about it. Have a nice day. Bye. Click. That's kind of the avenue I would have taken if I was president. But that's also why nobody ever wants me to be president of anything ever at any time. So, Dave Galen, my wife's cousin was murdered in a library in Tulsa. God, you guys just want the death stuff today. All right, let's do this. Dave says, my wife's cousin was murdered in a library in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This morning, the murderer drove to a convenience store and shot and killed another guy. When do we throw our hands up and admit we are past the point of no return? We're never throwing our hands up. Let's start with that. We are never throwing our hands up. We're not, because that's kind of like you're giving up, you're frustrated, you're surrendering, whatever you want to call it. We're not doing it. But that does lead me to a point. All right, I wasn't going to. Why was he out? Let's get into this point. I wasn't going to talk about it first thing, but let's talk about it anyway. Why was this guy murdered your wife's cousin and he's out on the street? Prosecutors, right? Prosecutors dialing down how they are going after people. If you can lessen a charge to something, they'll accept it. You can get away with it. They're back on the street further. They're back on the street faster. And that's a thing. That's a real thing. So let me go to one of these things in here. So you guys know that George Soros was super smart, a lot of money, super smart. And over the last 10 years, he has been campaign funding not just presidents, not just governors, not just mayors. His big thing was district attorneys. He wanted to put in place people that would not prosecute, or that would prosecute when he wanted them to. Now, I think as conservatives, we fucking missed the boat on this one. We did not watch very carefully, and if we did watch, we weren't taking it very seriously, and he did that. So now, all over the country are all these district attorneys that let criminals back out, don't enforce our laws, federal or state. They don't enforce it. And they prosecute, they go after guys like Trump on stupid shit. So he's got all the people in just the right places. He's like, you know what? You want to win your governorships? Go ahead. You want to win mayor? Go ahead. You want to win the presidency one day? Go ahead. I have all the say-so on who's going to jail. Pretty smart. And how do you fight this guy? Well, look right here. Bill Barr joins a group targeting progressive prosecutors. Enforce our law. Now, there's a lot to this article, and there's a lot to his interview, and then there's a lot of stuff even past it, and I read a ton of it. So I'll just give you the gist of this. Imagine, nobody's got the money Soros has, okay? But he can hook up with about 30 or 40 dudes that have a lot of money, and they can put it right where it needs to go, and they're going right after these district attorneys. and these other prosecutors, deputy DAs. Now pay attention to what this means. That's a simple statement, but how is this going to work? How about not only are they going in to expose how fucked up they are and try to get them unelected, they can either try to get them ousted or they can bury them come the next election. Get somebody to run against them and win, because they're going to spend this next year or so just crucifying the situation. What if they can get them out now on fraud? What if they can get them out on misconduct? What if they can take it to a federal judge who Trump has appointed 1,000 of them, take it to a circuit court that is friendly to the law, that is friendly to the Constitution? What if they can sue these DAs, these offices, and take them to a place where it's the biggest fucking woodshed on the planet? Do you understand what he's doing here? Soros just lined up 1,000 Bud Light beer cans on a fence because he's got money. And Barr is sitting there, ping, ting, ping, ting, ting. One at a time, this is what he's going to do. And if he can't get you out of there, if he can't get you for misconduct, for, what do they call it, prosecutorial misconduct. Did I say that right? If he can't get, he's got a ton of them coming. If he can't get him on that, he's definitely going to work you to a point where publicly he can get you thrown out with cases like this. Like you just said, Dave, where he's like, well, we couldn't get this guy out of there. He was a fucking idiot, but look what he did here. He let this guy out. He went down and killed somebody else. Remember this face. He's the asshole. And keep the pressure on and bring up more cases and more cases and more cases. Because what did you just say? When do we throw up our hands and say enough is enough? Do you know that there's Democrats that have had enough? Though they don't want to admit that. They don't want to say it. They do say it. They just say it quietly. I have heard them say it. I have physically heard people say, I'm never going to be a Republican. I'm never going to be a conservative. But goddamn, some of this shit has to fucking stop. You don't think they're going to quietly vote to get these assholes out of there? You're damn right they are. But not without a help, not without a push. And look what Barr's doing. He's pushing. He's doing it. He's ready. He's got a team of people he joined up with, and believe me, Soros may know like the money factor and the promotions and the campaigning. This guy knows where to take the money he's got and the effort he's got and the lawyers he's got, and oh, does he know the law? Everything from enforcing the borders to local stuff. What a difference this guy can make in the way he's doing it. Because you can't, unless you have someone with Soros's money that's going to go fight in exactly the same way, in exactly the same direction like Soros did, and just meet him head on and start turning that thing around. And maybe someone will. I don't know. Maybe someone will. But if you're not going to fight that way, what other way can you come up with to fight? I don't know. But he did. He fucking knew. He fucking knew exactly what to do. He knew how to do it, and he's doing it. So, Dave, when you're talking about something like that, when you're saying, well, what do we do? When do we give up? When do we throw our hands in the air? You don't. And here's why, because there's one guy doing it right now. There's one guy who found a way to make a difference right now, and he's doing it. He's abso-fucking-lutely doing it. So, Dave wasn't going to get into that right now, but that was a good segue into it. And we touched mostly on it there. Gave you a good idea of what's going on, but that's it. Lionheart, $1.99. Oh, I knew. I said if one more person calls me handsome, and then that was a long time ago, but I guarantee that's when Lionheart did it. Well, I'll call him handsome right now. Thank you very much. Patrick Caton, first time catching the live, usually not up this late on the East Coast, usually kept the replay around 4 a.m. Well, I'm glad you're here, Patrick. Take one more drink and turn out the lights. You'll be fine. Birthday today, Srendan, 79, is 44 years old. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right, but happy birthday to him. Wheezy, 16, member for 1 month. Maybe I'm crazy, but I didn't think I've seen that Bart Simpson doll before. Is that new? I don't know. I know what you're talking about. I'm not in charge of this back here. This is not my domain. I'm not allowed to touch it. This is Gen X mom. She moves stuff around. She decides where it goes. She moves stuff, and then you guys tell me, is that new? And I have to turn around. What the fuck you talking about? I don't know. It usually is. It's something that she does, and she decides what goes there. Loud One, member for 8 months, bottom of the glass nation. I need alcohol and food in that order. Last few days, you can fuck a donkey. Yeah. Loud One's been going through some stuff too. I mean, when you start juggling things and then the first one falls, the next one falls, you quit juggling and you just grab the important things and pull them in. And we all do that. That's not like a secret. That's not a life lesson. That's not a Mr. Miyagi thing. That's just how it goes. And we all do the same thing. Well, Loud One right now is as the things are falling down that he hasn't dropped yet or haven't been yanked out from under him, he's grabbing. So he does need the alcohol. Alcohol cures everything. Just ask me. I'll tell you. Elizabeth Prophet Anzar. Hello, handsome. Sorry I'm late. You're very late. And I found the Facebook page of that. I've been talking to that person, and her name is the same, Elizabeth Prophet Anzar. And said it was you. You said it wasn't you, but I'm telling you, it's the same name. All right, whatever. Trucker Games new member, Gen X Talks, love your show. You remind me of my grandfather and my dad. I'm a Gen X retired truck driver trying to get along with my 5 millennial kids. Oh, boy, that's a tough one. Just, I'll tell you what'll help. Trucker Games, this is going to help you out. I'm going to give you this one for free, buddy. Give them a week to move out. There you go. Things will start getting better right after that. Lionheart, $1.99. Don't think I forgot about my hot Gen X mom. No, don't start. Don't start. Don't just because you called me handsome. Now she knows you got some homosexual tendencies towards me. Don't think you can swing that door the other way. It's too late, buddy. I'm an attractive man. I know it. Now, I was turning this up to about 7 today, and I should have done that. I should have turned this down to about 3. I know what it does to you, Lion. I know what it does to you. Just remember, you see this right here? I can turn this down, but I can't turn it off. You're just going to have to deal with it. I can turn it down, but what's left? Well, that's on you. All right. Oh, what the hell? No, I just should start drinking again right now. I got to have one. All right, we'll call this the first drink of the evening. We're drinking out of a UC Davis one here because that's where my kid went up to his competition. UC Davis. I'll pour my bottle of Knob Creek into my hooch glass here. Don't make me drink alone. I need to see some glasses being raised over there. Somebody's got to be saying cheers to me or salute, something along that line, but let me know I'm not alone. I'll drink alone. You guys have seen me drink alone before. I don't prefer it. I like to drink with my friends, and I can't be out with all of you at a bar right now. It's kind of like being at a bar. We're all sitting around having a drink, talking. You guys are saying stuff. I'm reading it. I'm replying. It's a little bit like a bar. It's not what I choose, but hey, COVID taught me that I can do anything I fucking want in my house. And this is one of them, hanging out with you guys. So here's a drink to all of you. Bottom of the Glass Nation, thank you guys for tuning in. It's not over yet. We're just getting going. No training wheels. All right. That means no Coke chaser. Paul Hogness. Hey, General. Oh, Pauline. It says Pauline Hogness. Hey, General, I live 1 mile from downtown Detroit, and yeah, they tried some Chicago craziness. Nope. We got this. Just like the Black Lives Matter riots, we got biker gangs with real men. You guys know how to shut some shit down in that aspect. I will give you that. Pauline, I'd raise another glass to you right now. And all those boys riding by in their hogs, louder they tune them up, the louder I want you to yell on my behalf. Thank you. Chuck Reardon, just want to thank the gentleman for being a voice of reason and intelligence from a fellow Gen Xer. You say what needs to be said. Chuck, till they kick me off. Chuck Reardon, I'll be here until somebody pulls the plug, man. And then I'm just going to go out on my front porch with my wife, sit in 2 different rocking chairs and have a good time. But until then, I'm right here with you. Chuck, I'm right here with you. Thanks, man. Brandon Mitchell, $5. You know, can't catch you live. Can't catch you on the flip side. Brandon Mitchell always comes in and drops $5 for the kid's car. He always drops $5 towards 8-bit. And for those of you who don't know, he calls it 8-bit because when he saw this 1991 Toyota Camry all boxy, he goes, why is this car so square? Why is it so boxy? This looks like 8-bit graphics. I'm not playing Minecraft here. Calls the car 8-bit. He's going to get a license plate that says 8-bit. I guess it fits. It's kind of funny. Patrick Caton, welcome to the Legion of X. Now, I missed when Patrick's green little Chingus went by. I hope you guys said welcome to him. Remember, when someone goes by with a brand new one like that, you guys have to take some responsibility. You guys are sitting around the bar. If I missed that, you guys got to say something. You got to welcome them here. Superator, hello, General Broadcasting loud and clear down in New Zealand. I like the 2-minute cuts of wisdom you've been putting out. Keep up the great work, my man. Those 2-minute drills, yeah, I was going to talk to you guys about those. It's kind of a weird gig. What the fuck is going on here? I got something fucking crawling on me. Jesus Christ. Fucking spider or something. I know he lives here too, but he ain't paying rent. Fuck that guy. All right. The 2 minutes. Yeah, 2-minute drill stuff. That was, boy, my son and I come up with the craziest, weirdest shit. And let me see if I got a picture. We're sending wrong. Bill Burr, 4,000, time lapse, Dakota. Huh. I don't think I put one in there. I thought I did. Apparently I did not. Well, that's on me. That's on me. Okay. You have the live streams and you have those fucking terrible ambush videos that you guys all like, those 60-second fucking ambush videos he does. But then we have live streams. We do like this, which everybody loves and adores to the end of the earth. Thank you very much. But the slices, the kid takes out slices called Gen X Talk Slices. There's a playlist called Slices. And they can be anywhere from, 3 or 4 minutes to 10 minutes, 12 minutes. And it's a slice of a live stream of something that we've said or done, and he doesn't chop it up too much. But a lot of people don't like watching that stuff for too long, so they get some views, but not what he'd like, and they're Gen X Talk Slices. So we wondered if we couldn't come up with a 2-minute drill and try to keep the videos at 2 minutes. Now, they're not. Some are 3, but the effort is at 2. And if he can get him 2 minutes and people listen to him, and when we talked about that, I'm glad you said you liked him, but the problem is the kid ended up hating him. He came full circle, but I'll tell you why. Because as far as money goes, monetary, he goes, Dad, we can make a couple bucks on the ambush videos. And it's still turning out to be shit. It's like $400 or $500 a month. All the videos, all the hundreds of thousands of views, YouTube still pays shit for that. He was on a good program with Facebook till they turned it off for everybody months ago. But anyway, so the videos, you're like, Dad, you gotta do an 8-minute video, 8 minute. Then we could put mid-roll ads and we could put ads. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not fucking doing it. I'm just talking. You go make it. But not a lot of people watch them. So I'm like, can I just say something to the point? Can we just do a slice that's 2 minutes and to the fucking point? I want to talk to my friends out there. There's people that think like me. There's only 9 of us, but fuck off. I want to talk to those 9 people. No, Dad, 2 minutes is the dead zone. It's not short enough to be a short. It's not long enough to make any money. You're going to get nothing off that. I said, I don't give a shit. I'm not doing this for the views and I'm not doing it for the money. I don't care. I'm thinking if I say something or we can clip something down from a live stream for 2 minutes. Can we say that? Then it's 2 minutes, man. Just 2 minutes. He's like, no, it's the worst. It's the worst. It's the worst. And so he was looking at what money that would pay for that. And it was the one thing we showed it last week. YouTube put out a stat: 465,000 views pays like $16. And his view, he doesn't even get close to that on those views. So he just shakes his head. He's like, yeah, you just wasted. You're just fucking it up, Dad. You're wasting. I'm like, you're missing the point. I don't give a shit. So, but he did come around because he changed the cover pictures, those little thumbnails on them. And he's on board now. And I'll tell you what he's doing, because he did this on a couple of the other ones. But what he's doing is he's going to take, and when I get a bunch of those put together, he's gonna loop them all into one. He'll put like 4 2-minute videos, 2-minute drills. If you guys got like 4 that you really like, he'll put all 4 of them together and he'll give a little speech at the beginning. You've seen him do on some of the slices where he goes, hello, Gen Z kid here, and I'm going to combine some of the videos so that I can actually make $12. Go watch it. And then he'll put them together and it works. He makes a few bucks on them, not much, but he makes a couple. But that's what he'll do with the 2-minute drills. But for right now, thank you for saying so, because I haven't got much response in my email. And I haven't heard anything from the kid on those 2-minute drills. If you guys like those or not. If you guys like the editing and the cut, if you know, there's a certain flavor to it, a certain style. It's up on Facebook. It's up on YouTube. I mean, they're out there, but he hasn't really said no one's really said if you guys like those or not. So maybe this would be a good time to give a little thumbs up or a thumbs down, you know, if that's if you're into that. That's all, because we don't know. You know, you guys can be the focus group. All right, there we go. So thanks for saying something about those 2-minute drills, because I was going to talk about that later, but you brought it up. Thank you very much. All right. Kelly Maravella, excellent. Thank you for the info. Your kid is great and enjoy all the family's reels and videos. Well, Kelly, I'm glad you're hanging out. I'm glad you're a part of this. Continue on. The Disney Kid, member for 6 months. Good evening, Jen, from Cali Cat and me at playoff time in Tampa. Yeah. Disney Kid, man, I don't know what it is. I saw some pictures, shit you were doing. I scroll through Facebook and I look at your guys' stuff. You're looking good, my man. I mean, you lost weight. You got some new clothes. You still got that same shitty fedora hat. I will give you, I'm fucking with you, man. I love your hat. Oh, and look who decided to show up.
Hello, everyone. Jet X Mom's here.
Wait, are you here? Did I say something wrong?
No, I have a couple papers.
So I'm okay, right? You're not over here yelling at me.
Like I have been all day, that you've been making me so angry.
Everything I say, you call me a dick. You call me an asshole. You even yelled at me once because you asked the same question twice.
No, I don't. We're not even going to get into it right now.
I swear to Christ Almighty. Go ahead.
Kimberly gave you $10 with no allocation.
Where do unallocated funds go? Thank you, Kimberly.
The whiskey fund.
The whiskey fund.
Mrs. Ford, $20 for the Lionheart travel fund.
Mrs. Ford really, I don't know why. Now, you know, Mrs. Ford really wants him to get here.
Yes, she does.
Now,
I wish she'd come.
I wish she'd come too.
I wish she'd just come and like make sure that the studio gets put up right and everything's looking good.
You and her can just sit out there in chairs with umbrellas.
She'll bring some moonshine and we'll sit on the back porch. She can sit on my back porch.
Wouldn't that be a pleasant surprise if she did that? I tell you. I don't know whether Mrs. Ford is trying to get Lion here so the shit gets done, or whether she's just helping to pay to get him further away from her and her side of the country. And I wonder if it's going to be like badminton, where we're hitting him back and forth, trying to get him on which side of the Mississippi River is he going to land on. I don't know. All right, where are we at? Disney Kid. I made fun of your hat, which you love, by the way. Scott Royston, $5. Here's to Gen X Dad. He's one handsome dude. Well, Scott, thank you very much. No, my handsomeness transcends all genders and identities, man. It does. KG Texas, $30 to the studio needs. KG, you have no idea how much that's going to help. Let me take a minute and tell you guys, you guys have asked me several times over the past month or so what do we need? Well, unfortunately, it's fucking really expensive. Not just the building materials. There's 3 phases to building the studio. One is putting it up, and I'm paying all of that. And that's a fucking huge grip of money. Go look up a Tough Shed and go look up one that's 16 or 20 by 12. And with all the amenities and the barn style raised roof loft, go look at that, and you see how much I got to put out for that. All right, but then to convert it inside with running all the wiring and running all the conduit, and then putting in the floor, putting in the soundproof walls, filling in all the cracks, all the shit, it starts to add up. And then because of all the cameras and equipment and everything you've got in there, you got to keep it temperature controlled. You can't let it fucking because out here where we live, it'll get to be 120, 130 inside that shed. Oh, it'll be bad. So you got to do something to control the heat. Otherwise, you got to take everything out of there when you leave, which defeats the purpose. So you guys have asked, what do we do? And I said, well, it's building the thing, and then it's insulating the thing on the inside. And so there's building material, there's electronics and gear material. It's on a wish list on Amazon, right where you asked me. I didn't feel like putting up a GoFundMe page where you guys just donate, $20 and hope it goes to the right place, which you guys do, and we will, I promise. However, some of you have expressed an interest, and specifically through an email, through a text message, I want to spend and buy something. Well, the list is up. Now, I don't know if anybody's going to post the list for you guys. You can put it up on the Facebook thread as it goes to. You can put it up on the YouTube one. It's fucking expensive. I'm not asking you guys to do anything. You guys are just wonderful supporters, and you've been here. If I have to shoulder it, if I have to whore my wife out on the corner for 6, 8, 10 weeks to pay for this, that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. It really is. So, don't think that I don't give till it hurts, because I do, and I'm willing. However, it's up there. If you guys want to peek around through there and see what's going on, it's a grip. And hopefully I got the numbers right, like the quantities, but I'm pretty close. There's some stuff I couldn't even put up there because it was just like I don't even feel like letting anybody know. But that's the beginning of it right there. If somebody goes out there and wins the lottery, like the Sun Valley Fox, my brother-in-law, he's sitting on a gold mine. He's got an oil well that he's sitting on in his little cabin in Nevada, and he probably makes $30,000 a day. You think he could give up half of that for his favorite nephew? But he's old, he's decrepit, he's on his medication. He doesn't really know what he's doing. I can't blame the Sun Valley Fox for shit like that. I'd be happy if he just filled my decanter like he's supposed to. I can't even get him to do that. I love the guy, but Jesus, tap dancing Christ. There's just some things you can't get done. All right, where was I? Had shit to say. Is the Amazon wish list on a website? Yes, it's on the Amazon site. And it's set up so that if you buy one of something, let's say we needed 5 of these things, 5 objects, and you bought one, it's supposed to deduct it. So we don't double and triple up. If it needs one, then it comes off the list if it's bought. It's supposed to work that way. I'll be paying attention to that, but that helps out a ton too. Mrs. Fort Watton, member for 1 year. I want the studio done. She says she got her big red one. Any of you that are on YouTube, you see the person with the big red one, they've been a member for over a year. Anybody on Facebook got that little green thing there, the green shield? You're a subscriber. You guys all, if you're a member or a subscriber, you get to see the behind the scenes stuff. Yep, you do. Anytime you want. So Mrs. 41 wants a studio done. Apparently what she's telling me is this has nothing to do with Lion. I don't believe that for a second. Chris Wilson, $2. Happy 15th birthday, Samantha Wilson. Well, I'm guessing that's Chris's daughter. I'm guessing that was a cheap slide into getting a free shout out. You could have just asked me, man. I would have done it for you. D. Share, remember for 1 month. Sorry, I just got here. Been a long day. General, you never responded with the email. Is that the one about when you're coming over to help when everybody shows up? Because we don't know. Or is that the one where you just want to come over and have a beer? Because that we can do. we can sit on the front porch and make fun of kids going by. D. Sure, I will respond. Go Ducks. Welcome, he's an extra. I'm thinking that Go Ducks lives in Oregon, I'm guessing. Bobby Noth, I'm a Gen Xer as well, brother, with a 5-year-old, started late. Any advice for a late bloomer? Yeah. Bobby, to keep it real simple and not drag this out, and being a veteran of raising 32 children of myself, children need structure and order and guidance, and what worked for one kid may not work for the next. So you're going to have everybody telling you how to raise that child, and no one knows but you, because you're figuring it out as you go. All right. You just do the best you can. But I will tell you this, you set boundaries and limits and have structure and order. They need it. They crave it, and they will function within it just perfectly. And the second thing, the greatest gift you can give your child is to love their mother openly and often. And if you do that, you promote a sense of family, of commitment, of love and affection, and showing that you love and will protect that woman. You do that for that child, and you will foster some great, great feelings. You will be nurturing that child exactly the right way. All right? Those are the 2 things. Structure, order, boundaries, and raise a child your way best you can, and openly and affectionately love that child's mother so they can see it. That's a big thing for me. All right, that was it. Carrie Potts, I just started following you today, caught you on Facebook Reel. Well, Carrie, I apologize about the fucking ambush videos because those are bullshit. Those are my son completely. This is a real show. This is a real program. We talk about real shit here, not his bullshit where he puts a camera and tries to make me look bad. All right, that part, because he throws most of them away. He must film 30, and you guys get to see 2 because I'm not clever. I'm not witty. I fuck up my answer. I get mad. It's not like what you guys think at all. Jared Butchko, will you be my stepdad? Jared, what's your mom look like? Send me a picture. GenXDad@GenXTalks.com. I'm just saying, I'm trying to be helpful to the fans and followers and viewers here. I shall not turn someone away. I would not cast Jared aside without giving it the proper attention it deserves. Jennifer White, I got through that. I didn't laugh till it was over, so stop. I'm kidding. Don't send me a bunch of pictures of your mom. Jennifer Whitehead, member for 1 month, bottom of the glass nation. Love you all and enjoy everything you put out. Jennifer, we appreciate you too. We really do. This channel wouldn't be anything without you guys, and don't think for a second that we aren't fully aware of that. We're not some big contract like Joe Rogan who gets $100 million from Spotify and doesn't have to worry about the fans. No, he just go on with his life. Everything we do, every word we put out has to be truthful and honest, and hopefully it falls on friendly ears. That's all we pray for, and if it does, then you guys respond back and you say things, and then we and my wife's here, and her microphone is now on. What?
Hi, I just have a PayPal from Zoe Michelle.
From Zoe? I haven't heard from Zoe in a while. What's going on?
$5 for the studio.
$5 for the studio fun? I like it.
That's right. There it is.
Gonna start paying for those boxes of nails $5 at a time. I'm telling you. Samuel Patonkading, Samuel Paconian. God, member for 2 months. I have a PBA event I have to go to near Bakersfield, which is where we live. It's on our website. You guys know that. New sponsor told me yesterday, so I'll be out there to smile and show off Roto Grip bowling balls, bowler lanes. By you guys in the lane. Yeah, we can come by there. Let us know. Samuel, give me any. Send mom, GenXMom at GenXTalks.com. We answer all of our own emails. GenXMom at GenXTalks.com. Just send her when you're coming down. We'll see if we can sneak over there, have some pizza and a beer, and hang out. Samuel, get a picture. If you'd allow me to get a picture, please. Speaking of pictures, hold on. Holy Kodak, Batman. Hold on a second. Loud one, $10. 2-minute drills are good, quick watches. They're short and to the point. Is it time to drink again? Don't care. I'm finishing my 4th pour. My number 5. I'll drink a lot. Ow, loud one. What the fuck, man? You got a bottom of the glass nation around here with you. You got me at the helm steering this bus right as it's going over the cliff. We will not let you drink alone. If you're drank your 4th pour and your 5th, maybe on your 6th, well, I'm on my 3rd, except for the pregame stuff, which doesn't count. Learn that from my doctor. Dr. McDreamy said anything you drink before the show doesn't count. Only count your drinks during the show, which is what all of you should be doing. Now remember, this is a very symbiotic relationship. I drink and tell lies, all right? Your responsibility is to drink and believe them and agree. If you're not doing your part, you're ruining the whole show. We have to do this together, all right? I lie and you swear to it. Good God. Can't believe I got to explain these rules to you. What the? No chaser. No training wheels. What was I just saying? I said something, holy Kodak. Oh, pictures. You're not going to believe what I found. On my phone. Apparently, Gen Z Kid and Ashley, Mrs. Big Rig on staff here, she's beautiful, she's cute, she's adorable, love her so much. When we were in Reno, we did the in-person meet and greet in Reno. You guys all came by, and we had some food, and we had some drinks. We hung out for about 3 or 4 hours. They took my camera, they took my phone, and they put it on a tripod, and they just let it run. They let it record. And everybody was supposed to walk up and say hi to the camera. It tells your name. Hey, I'm Bob from Missoula, Montana. And you walk up to the camera and you say something and then you leave. They left the camera going the whole time. I didn't remember that. I just now, like yesterday, I go, why do I have a fucking 3-hour movie on here? Now, in my youth, I would have thought, obviously, homemade porn. Wouldn't you say? Yeah. 3 hours? I don't think so. That would have been more like a 3-minute movie. If it was homemade porn, it would not have been 3 hours long. But I looked at it, and my God, there are people after people after people.
I forgot about that.
I forgot about it too. And I started scumming through it.
Scumming?
Scumming and thumbing through it. Scrolling and thumbing gives you scumming.
Will we be able to do something with that?
I was thinking that either to have the kid clip out everyone's name, like, hi, I'm Bob from Missoula, and the next one, and then just run them all together, or take still pictures of each one, like waving to the camera. That's
cool.
That's what I was thinking.
I received another PayPal, $25 from Michael. Whatever you need most, love the show.
Thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate the kind words and the donation. I'm telling you, those heavy-duty nails we're going to be using for the shop, they're fucking expensive, goddammit. Appreciate you. Nope, that's everything right now is going towards the studio fund. Everything. We got to do it that way. That's the only chance we got at making this work, and it's going to be a long haul, but we'll get there. Terry Knowles, $20 to the Lionheart Travel Fund. Cheers. Thank you much, Terry. It's going to be, you guys, he's not flying first class. I don't care how much money you give him, all right? He has to clean up the plane after after everyone else gets off the plane. He has to go back on and clean it up. That's part of the conditions of his release. Plus, it was really hard to bribe his probation officer to let him go across state lines. This whole thing is becoming a lot harder than we thought. So that'll be, if you want the next fund, it's the Bribing Lions Probation Officer Fund. We're going to need a little bit of money there. All right. Grease the wheels, baby. Grease the wheels. Carl Girard, our famous Frenchman from overseas, who's really right here in our country. $19.99, $20, turn a whole screen orange. I love the 2-minute drills. I'll be thinking about something I saw on the news. I think I'm thinking I'm crazy, and then you post a short about what I'm thinking, and I know others think the same. Thanks for the wisdom. Travel fund for Lion. Thank you for saying so, Carl. Like I said, if I had to guess, we'll get kicked off. The channel will get banned for one of the 2-minute drills. That's what I'm thinking. Some of the ones the kid has edited together, even though they're very straightforward, they're an opinion. They're just an opinion, and they're very truthful. The next 3 or 4 that you guys might see, he might have to put just on Rumble, because I think that they'd get banned. I think that we'd get banned on YouTube. And I'll tell you why. And without giving away the plot of the story, because I was drinking and I got mad and I was watching some news stuff and I got pissed and I just said what was on my mind. I don't ever have to worry. You know, that's one of the things they always tell me, that you're going to get drunk and you're going to say shit and you're going to get canceled. No, I'm not. I'm not going to say racial stuff. I'm not going to say homophobic, transphobic. I don't feel that way. Now maybe you guys, not you guys, but those guys speaking, maybe those guys are worried about it because they suppress how they really feel. And when they drink, it comes out and they say shit they shouldn't say. Why? Because the person you really are is what comes out when you drink. Oh, I know you guys don't want to hear that. You're covering up the speakers right now. So your wife, no, all that shit, honey. No. He's wrong. Alcohol changes me. I become something I'm not. And that's the problem with alcohol. I would never hurt you. I would never cheat on you. I would never lie to you. That only happens because of alcohol. Alcohol changes me and I become this person. No, you don't. Alcohol lets that person out. If you're a fuck up, good, keep it under control and don't drink. We all like you better when you're not a fuck up. But whatever you do when you drink, that's who you are coming out. You just can't keep yourself in check. And that's why people get worried. I can drink till I'm falling over. I don't feel any of those bad ways about people and shit, so I don't got to worry about saying it. I can get really drunk and fucked up. I am not going to say shit like that. It's not in me. It's just not there. How many people just hung up because they got outed? How many wives are going to the kitchen for a rolling pin right now? Some of those girls can swing a cast iron skillet. I've seen them do it. Not you, honey. I'm not talking about you.
I can swing a cast iron skillet.
You can, but you haven't had cause to do that in weeks.
Let's keep it that way.
I'm trying to.
We received $20 from Mrs. 4 for Mom's new table. Mrs. 4, I'm losing my patience, but
I'm trying, honey. I can't make him pound the dirt any faster.
$5 from Ricky. Didn't say where it was going.
Ricky goes to the whiskey fund. Thank you.
You said now we have to wait for the
what?
For the studio. We have to wait for the who? Who has to come out? I can't remember.
The city inspector has to come out and inspect the ground.
And when's that going to happen?
I talked to the dudes today. They sent him some pictures and a note. He may not actually have to come out. He may approve it just from seeing what they did and say, yeah, that looks good.
Unbelievable.
Now, once that's done, they come out and they build it like they did before. Remember, with no roof, they put they can only build it so far.
Here we go again.
Then the inspector comes out again and he inspects and says, okay, you're good to go. Then they come out and they finish it. And then they're done.
Okay. No comment.
Well, that's the first. Usually you can't get that woman to shut the fuck up. Now we're talking about this. No comment. All right. Let me catch up between the sheets before we go back. There's pictures. I got a video to show you. You get to see it once. Ryan Malloy. Nobody can afford Gen X mom. She is too high class. Oh, my God. Ryan Malloy is now kissing your ass, honey. Ryan, if you say shit like that, you can physically hear her head swelling. I'm in this room. She's in that room. And if I listen, when I say your comment, I can hear. That's her head swelling because you've inflated her ego with this bullshit. Ryan, don't make me kick you out of here. Don't make me put you in the woodshed, boy. I'll have to do it. All right, Mad Jeeper, New Hampshire, $30, half a gallon of paint for the shed. And that's unmixed plain white, $30 for half a gallon. Thrash for Life, member for 7 months. Bottom of the Glass Nation. Hey, General, been here since 9/21, but didn't just on membership, but bus. Oh, didn't jump on the. It's typo. Didn't jump on the membership bus as soon as possible. I'll be at the back of the bus if you need me. Much love. Bottom of the Glass Nation. Thrash for Life. You've been around a long time. Thrash always comes in. He's even when he's not typing, he's here. Rambo Tweety. Your name's Rambo Tweety. Rambo Tweety. Does the oxymoron come to mind? Is it military intelligence, Christian militia, Rambo, Tweety? See where I'm going with that? I don't know. Just off the top of my head, man, doesn't make sense. All right. I'm still going to fall in love with you, but just slowly this time. I want to go back to living in the 80s. So do I. There's so many things I would do differently. I also would have invested $100 when that guy knocked on my door and said, would you like to invest in Xerox? We're a new company. Flying Rich Firearms, $5. Dictionary of Urban Men Love who love men who are hairy, husky, large man with a lot of body hair. I'm going to have to read that one again. Dictionary of Urban Men who, of urban, Dictionary of Urban, so it means Urban Dictionary. Got that part. Men who love men who are hairy, husky, large man with a lot of body hair, and you have one calling himself Two Bear. Is he on the look? Oh, that was worth the struggle. That was good. Flying Ridge Firearms, $5. Turn my whole screen teal. That was worth the struggle, my man. Let me try to address this comment in question. Two Bear. He is in practice. He's a married heterosexual, but the assless chaps that he wears at every turn suggest otherwise. Yes, Two Bear's on the look. In fact, to be fair, his email address is twobear@genxtalks.com. It's a publicly known email. It's at the bottom of the website. If you have any risque pictures to entice Two Bear, I'm sure he's hitting refresh on his email even as we speak. His wife's going, oh, there he goes again. Oh, thank you for that. I fucking needed that right about now. Trippy Pineapple, hydrate. You or me, buddy? All right, hydrated. Oh, Andy Rios. Hey, I love watching those videos where you speak your mind. Some of the young people need to see it. Andy Rios, I want to tell you, it's weird because the comments that I get and the emails that I get, there is a spreading of the word, if you will. There is a lot of millennials and Gen Zs that are now commenting, not always bad. They're starting to catch on. In fact, there's a lot of millennials that are coming at me saying, I'm a millennial, but I think the way you guys do. I feel the way you guys do. I think the way you guys. I welcome them over, man. Come on over. Who gives a shit when you were born? If you act like us, if you walk like us, if you talk like us, if you think like us, man, pick up your gear and come over here and plop it down around the campfire, man. Yeah, that's the way I feel about it. Carrie Potts, I loved your real life advice and joined the real show tonight. Carrie, thank you for stopping by and the kind words. I appreciate you. D. Shearer gifted 1 Gen X Talks membership, and Dagnar D got it. So Dagnar, you can go look at all the behind the scenes stuff now if you're a subscriber. If you're a subscriber on Facebook or you're a YouTube member, there are 2 special places on the internet you can go look at all the behind the scenes stuff. Scroll back for 2 years, take a look at what's been going on. There's some privileged information in there. Please don't share it. It's semi-public. It's semi-private. But just be cool about it, man. You're part of the club now, man. Act like it. There you go. T-Bone 618. I will fly down from Nevada and bring whiskey. Father of 2 twin boys and a girl and a Marine. I will go to work while I'm there. T-Bone, you want to come down this way and hang out and have some swing a hammer with Lion and the rest of us, we will definitely give you guys the dates. I don't know that I can fit everybody here. My cul-de-sac will hold probably 7 or 8 motorhomes. My driveway can hold 2. I got 50 amps of service I can supply. Maybe that'll help somebody, but I'm in. Disney Mama Sammy Joe, the Sugar Mama, $2. Is Beautiful Disaster the $2 whore? No. But there will be a brand new $2 whore next week, I promise. Lance Gamble, welcome to being an extra. I hope you guys all welcomed Lance as he breezed right by because I missed it. I hope you guys saw it. Nick, am I going to fuck that one up? Nick Pagonia? Nick Pagonia? I'm going to say it's Nick Pagonia. Appreciate your take on things. I teach middle school, and I wish I could be as honest as you are. Now, Nick, why not? Why can't you be as honest to those kids as some of those teachers I've seen on TV, like, oh, here's drag queens. Don't you guys want to be like them? Here's transsexual. Don't you want to be like them? Is transgender. Don't you want to be like them? How come you can't just put up something, hey, conservative guy or girl that loves the Constitution, don't you want to be like them? Why can't you say that shit? Your shit's actually right. Well, not that theirs is wrong. Let's say right wing. There, yours is actually conservative right. I don't want to say theirs is wrong. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I shouldn't say that. It's not my belief. But if they can say their beliefs, surely you can say yours. Where's the ACLU standing up for you? I don't know what's going on around here. All right, what?
PayPal's popping tonight.
I'm sorry. I did that wrong. It wasn't. All right, what? Let me try again.
Yeah, you should do that. Go ahead.
Well, hello, my love. You have graced our presence once again. How may we assist you?
Hello, sweetheart. $25 from Linda for the shed on PayPal.
That's from Linda?
Yes.
And she said it went to the shed. Fuck. Could have gone to the whiskey fund, but nope. Linda knew what to write down. All right. Have another drink in a second. Just poured one out of the Knob Creek bottle. Samuel Samuel Pokemon, member for 2 months, but I'll also be at the car show June 1st. Already emailed Tuber, I think, booked a trailer. We will be at that car show. So if you're going to be down there, that car show is going to be a big turnout right in Southern California. If anybody can, and if you guys can get to the Ontario airport, you're a hop, skip, and a jump away from where we're all going to be. And there's going to be a ton of people there. This is going to be a great day. In-N-Out Burger's coming in with their truck to help sponsor part of the event by selling some good food. The auto place where am I allowed to say it, Tuber? Am I allowed to say where you're at? It's just, can I say R&B? Can't say R&B? I won't say R&B. And it's going to be great. Go look it up on the website. There's a whole page just about that particular car show. Tuber is on staff here, senior staff member here. He's putting it all together. He's a cool guy. He'll be there. Some staff members are going to be there. Gen X Talks is going to be there, all 3 of us. Plus, I might even bring one of our dogs. not to give away. Well, not for the right price anyway. Mrs. Fort Watton gifted 5 Gen X Talks membership. Fun in Vegas. Eric Wolf, Virginia Cazares, Teresa Welch, Kiki Euler. What kind of a name is Kiki? Euler Aveskaje. Esuler Vajiskaje. Esuler Vaj. Kiki E. Kiki E got a membership too. And you guys wonder why I drink. You throw these $12 words at me. I'm a $3 guy with a $3 brain. $12 words don't cut it. You know that. You're only going to get 1/4 of the word. Well, I don't even want to read this one. Scott Royston, $10, turned my whole screen yellow. Gen X Mom, this is for you. Why? Because we all love you. All right, look. Stop with everybody laying it on to Gen X Mom, okay? She doesn't come on camera, except on Saturday night. You see her Saturday night. She comes on the microphone once in a while. She's not even that good at her job. This is the guy who's the talent.
Whoa. You want me to walk?
Okay, look.
So I don't have to be here Saturday.
Look, I was just referring to myself as the talent because that's what Bill Murray did in Groundhog Day.
Well, the Gen Z thinks you're the talent. Nobody asked me.
No, nobody asked you if you're the talent or if you have any talent, as a matter of fact.
No, they didn't ask me if you were the talent.
Oh, they didn't? Well.
Nobody asked me.
It's a given.
Oh, okay.
It's a given.
Well, Carrie gave $50 on PayPal.
Holy shit.
$50, 50 from Carrie. Use as you see fit.
Well, we're going to use that. I guarantee that's going towards the studio fund. I promise you that's going toward. Thank you very much, Carrie. That was very generous and very nice. Loud one, $5. If I don't like people, I tell them when I'm sober. I don't need alcohol for that. That's true. Andy Rios, what's your thought on the PayPal guy? Well, you're going to be more specific and talk about that news thing that just came up, or you're going to go all the way back to Elon Musk? Be more specific, buddy. Superator, member for 2 months. The 2 minutes are good to share with those who need to hear it. Rumble is awesome for the freedom of speech it provides. Time to add Gen X Talks bottom of the glass Rumble only live stream. Tori Randolph, member for 6 months. General, has the kid taken care of his ticket yet? To Superator, we're thinking about that. Low Torque is overseeing and guiding, steering the ship that is known as Rumble. He's doing his best job there, and he's pushing for that. He really is. Tori, the answer is no. Loud one, $21. Fuck this full jar. I need another drink. 7 down, half a bottle to go. Laura, $2. Remember, the truth is at the bottom of the glass. Sweetheart, yes, it is. Jeffrey Burnaman, General, will you allowed to smoke in the new studio? No, I don't think I can. I wish I could say yes, but I would love to have a cigar. But I didn't put any windows in it because we're trying to keep it soundproof. And unless Gen X Mom comes up with something that Lionheart can build for pulling the smoke out, defilterizing the whole fucking thing. Yeah, defilterizing a word. When you've been drinking, defilterizing is a word. If you don't like it, I don't care. That's a word. You can look at me and tell me not to make up words. All words are made up at some point, dumbass. Defilterizing. You could put my little picture next to it. Give me a little credit. Yeah, I'm going to copyright defilterizing. It's my shit right there. That's a Gen X terminology. We come up with defilterizing. We come up with a lot of words you guys use in this modern day and age. Unless there's a way to clean the air, I don't think I'll get to do that, but I want to. Mrs. Fort Watton, $5. Damn, General, my visual eye age of Two Bear has just been scarred. Oh, the visual you have of Two Bear has just been scarred. Mrs. Ford, that was a reality check, sweetheart. That's not I didn't lie. That's the guy. If you'd show up at some of these events, you would lean into me and go, oh, yeah, totally get it. I understand. You would. You'd know. Oh, Amy Teormina. God, I'm fucking that one up too. Just discovered you the last couple of days. Love the Gen X Talks. Amy, appreciate you. Thanks for the kind words. Thanks for stopping by. Josh Maddox, member for 13 months. Bottom of Glass Nation. Best ever Barr. And he means it. Because Gen X Mom told him to mean it. Dude, have you ever thought of Gen X Talks golf outing? Could be at Torrey Pines. Yeah, don't worry, General. You can drink and drive the golf cart. Well, you hook me up with someone who can steer us in that direction. Give it to me in my email, genxdad@genxtalks.com. I would love to drink and screw up a perfectly nice walk through the park by playing golf. Jay Sizzle, what's your feelings? What's your feelings on China and Russia's newfound partnership in taking down the U.S. dollar? Yeah, that bothers me. What bothers me more is anybody who I wish if I was president, I'd be calling up Canada and Mexico and everybody else and going, just to be clear here, if you guys jump ship and you sign on with their currency as being the common denominator and backing your currency, all deals are off. Sue me in court. Fuck off. You know, you're on the right side of things. You're on the wrong side of things. You guys want to pretend that you guys got it going on, and you guys want to jump ship. Fuck off. And I would say that in nicer language, of course, but I'd let them know in no uncertain terms this ain't going to happen. Just like when at some point, China has to make a move on Taiwan. They have to. They have to do it before the Biden administration ends its time here. They have to. And when they do, I don't know why we don't just park the USS Ronald Reagan right in front of them with their whole battle group that just go, all right, we know you're doing it. Let's just fucking go right now. Let's just do it. Let's get it on. You're going to do it. We all know you're going to do it. You're doing this stupid shit around here. You're flying all these test missions. You're actually doing practice runs. Can you imagine if China came over and their Navy, their Air Force, their planes, their pilots, their naval battle group did practice runs on Camp Pendleton? What's that island down there, honey? In San Diego. Coronado. Can you imagine them doing practice runs on Coronado and down there in San Diego? Can you imagine? He said, well, they're just practicing, and I know they're no longer in international waters, but, you know, we really can't do anything about it. I guarantee the Marines down there wouldn't fucking even be listening to the bullshit. They would just go out there and fucking put them in the bottom of the ocean. Deal with the consequences later. But that's what they're doing to Taiwan, only Taiwan's not big enough to spank them like that. We are. Let's go out there and park the Reagan out there with the entire battle group and just go, do that one more time. Go ahead, one more fucking time. Well, we have the right. Yeah, I got that part. Shut up. Just fly one more plane over there and watch what happens. They fly one plane after you've told them that, I'd fucking take down every fucking plane that was flying of theirs. Every military plane would be down. That's it. And they say, well, you just started a war. No, you kind of did. I told you not to fucking do it. We have the right. No, you didn't. You did it anyway. You knew this was going to happen. You can't be upset. You knew I was serious. You knew I wasn't fucking around with you. And that's what but what happens is that the press come low. Are you prepared to send our children to war? Are you prepared to send our sons? I'll send mine first. Now shut up. Yes, I would have gone. Yes, I would allow my sons who've been in the military, my son-in-law who's still in the military to go. Do you guys not understand what Generation X is like when it comes to treating with bullies? Do you not understand how that works? It doesn't matter if it's a dude in Madison Junior High who wants to meet you behind the Kmart, or if it's a country. Bullies are bullies. Well, there's bigger consequences and more involved. I got it. You still treat them the same way. Why is it such a fucking hard thing to understand? And every person who's worth their salt in Generation X has played the game of chicken at least once in their life. You just got to know when to blink. You feel me? All right. Jay Sizzle, what's your feelings on China and Russia? We got that one out of the way. Melanie Cole, member for 2 months. China is in Brazil. What happened to the Monroe Doctrine? Nobody enforces the rules anymore. Nobody enforces the law anymore. Just like all those Chinese police stations that are popping up everywhere. You know what? I might turn into a Democrat if one pops up in my town. I might turn into a liberal if one pops up in my town. because liberal Democrats get away with burning police stations and burning businesses down. So I might join forces with I might switch my allegiance to the Democratic Party, become a liberal, come over there in my town and burn the Chinese police station to the ground, leaving a note. You don't belong here. Please don't do that again. I don't need your police force here. We have local police force. We have county. We have state. We have federal. We're fine. We don't need an outside foreign agency walking around policing us. So, yeah, this pile of ashes, that's where your shit used to be. And I won't get in trouble because if you're a liberal Democrat, you don't get prosecuted for anything. All I have to do is start crying on how oppressed I am and what an outcast I feel, and everyone will rally to my side and everything will be just fine. Only I'd be using it for a good cause. Are you with me? Good. Now there's two of us. Lionheart's drinking. He's drunk. $1.99 Gen X mom with, kisses and on fire. Okay, look, dude. She gave you that one belly dance that one time. She only did it that one. You're not doing it again. Okay, quit asking. She doesn't even have that little outfit with the tassels and the colors anymore. No. You're done. Eric Wolf, new member. I find myself in agreement with you on almost everything. Watching reminds me of my father, which is a very knowledgeable and honest man. Eric, one of the kindest things that anyone said tonight. If you, if the likeness of what I'm doing resembles anything relating to your father and you respect him, then it is I who am privileged to make your acquaintance in here. Thank you very much. Scott Roselle, Gen X dad, love the clips. I'm a Gen X stalled. I'm a Gen X staled and totally get what you. I may be reading that wrong. Scott Roselle, Gen X dad, love the clips. I'm a Gen X staled, and totally get all of what you say. Love it. Give me a shout out, Scott. I'm trying to, but I'm fucking it up. Don't know if it's you or me, but we got through it. Wing one. I walked around my classroom with a wiffle bat to smack my students' desks to wake them up or jump on top of their desks and sing badly. Wing one, if your name is Mr. Rennie, I'm going to shit a fucking purple Twinkie. I'm just saying, Wing one, if your name is Mr. Rennie from Village Christian School, I swear to Christ Almighty, I will shit a purple Twinkie where we're both standing.
I read that.
Go ahead.
I read that and I shivered.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were both in that class?
Yeah.
Fifth and sixth grade, we were both in Mr. Rennie's class.
Mr. Rennie's class. And I'll tell you what, you know who else, if you hear this, is Paul Finley is shaking right now, too. Paul Finley's going, what the fuck, man?
But we were in a trailer, so it really echoed when our sixth grade teacher did that.
In a trailer, they ran out of classrooms. So,
that was crazy. The wiffle ball bat was loud.
He made that thing hit those. And our desks were those hollow.
Yeah.
You could slide stuff in and out of them desks. They were like rectangular.
I read that, laughed, and went, whoa. That brought back. But
I don't know who Wing One is. It could be.
I don't know.
It could be Mr. Rennie.
I don't know. But I received $100 on PayPal.
Wait.
100.
Do I know the person?
Sheila.
You could. Is that a yes or a no?
That's a no.
Okay. You see what happens? Do you guys understand? I stopped my wife. She said, we received a $100 donation, and I wanted to guess who it was. So I stopped her, and I said, do I know who it is?
No.
Now, the answer is yes, you do, or no, you don't. When I said to my wife, wait, do I know who it is?
Stop it.
She goes, Sheila.
Stop it. You can choose to do this as a 50-50 whiskey fun and shed or whatever makes sense. Love you guys and the show.
I need the whole 100 for the therapy I need to go in because of how she does this. She does this kind of shit to me all the time. I'll give you, I got to tell you this. I'll give you another example. And maybe your wives do this too. I will say, what time are we going to lunch today? And she'll say, I think we'll go to Applebee's. Now, I asked her what time we were going, and she said, I think we'll go to Applebee's. This happens every fucking day. So I turn to her and I say, now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to ask you where we're going. And you can't say Applebee's because you already did. So I asked you what time we were going to lunch. You said Applebee's. Maybe now if I ask you where we're going, you'll tell me what time we're going to get there. And when she realizes the logic that I'm using in this discussion, she gets mad like this is all my fault. Now, if this just happened once in a while, it wouldn't be a big deal. but I bite my tongue, and I cannot pass up the moment to pound a 10.10 level of sarcasm into the conversation. How do you not understand when I said, do I know who gave us the money? And she goes, Sheila. Oh, come on, man. What the fuck? Meet me halfway. I'm softballing you. All you got to say is yes or no. What time are we going to lunch? That requires a response of an answer of time on a clock. I don't even care if it's military time. Military time is fine. But don't tell me where we're fucking going. I didn't ask that. This happens all the time. You know what's worse? My millennial daughter, who's moved back in with our granddaughter for the past 6 or 7 months, she's starting to do it. I don't get it. Am I the only one who goes through this? Is this some curse that I have brought upon myself because I'm just such a fucking big, huge, gigantic asshole that I deserve this? I think not. I mean, look at me. You guys wonder why I drink. Wing one. So sorry, Gen X family. I'm a lady, and my students towered over me and were bussed in from the worst hoods in North Philly. Well, yeah, Mr. Rennie was a guy, but he was only 5'3", so we towered over him too, even in 6th grade. James Balin, what's your thoughts on bringing back the gold standard? We can't. We're so far removed. We can't. There's no possible way we could ever do that. You'd kill half, 2/3 of the economy. We could never do it. It's not feasible. If you know what the gold standard is, there's no way we can back the currency with the promises, the promissory notes with. We can't do it. Iowa Budget, RC Bashers, you always speak the truth. So glad I found this channel. Iowa Budget, RC Bashers, thanks for chiming in, buddy. Suze, I am so glad you're here in California because you living here gives me hope for our future of our state. I'm not ready to leave yet. You know, people come here and visit like, fuck that state. I'm so glad I'm fucking leaving that state. Goddamn homelessness. Well, you were here for 4 days. Is all you did was hang out in downtown LA near homeless on Wilshire Boulevard the whole time? Because I live every day and I very rarely see homeless people. And when I drive to Yosemite, to one of the most beautiful places on the planet, I don't see homeless people. I drove up Highway 1, stopped and had lunch and looked out in Goleta over the ocean. Didn't see any homeless people. Went to Disneyland. Didn't see any homeless people. You guys act like everything about California sucks, and it doesn't. There are very bad, horrible pockets of California that man has fucked up, not God. The part that God made, parts of California God made are great. And some of the parts man made are great too. But all the parts that are fucked up are man's fuck ups, not God's. I don't like the high taxes. I don't like the regulations. And I don't like the homeless problem. Those are 3 big ones for me. Now I don't have to deal with a lot of the regulations anymore because I'm not in business anymore. I'm past that. The homeless problem is a terrible problem. Our county is working on it. Our county is fixing it. Our county is making progress with what we're doing. In fact, we've been doing so good over the past 10 years with our homeless problem. LA started busing people up there and dropping them off. We put a stop to that. She's like, dude, that's your problem. We're dealing with ours. You deal with yours. But they could shipping them over here. You guys doing such a good job. Well, there's 60,000 homeless people in LA. You can't put 60,000 people up here. We don't have the space to do it. We don't have the facilities to do it. So taxes, yeah, anywhere I go, I'm fucked on that front, but what can you do? There's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to leave because of that. People move out of California for a number of reasons, but everybody's got the same story. I'm leaving California. Fuck that state. Commie California, California, and it's all sucks. It's all bad. It's all shitty. No, it's not. It's not at all. In fact, if you had to divide it up geographically and put square miles and square foot areas on it, I bet 1/100th of it is actually shitty. If you had to draw it on a map. California is a beautiful state. It's a great state. There's so much. I'd put the good parts of our state up against anything you guys got anywhere. However, we're run by a bunch of assholes. But it's no cause to leave the state. I'm not ready to run. Not that I wouldn't move someday. I might, but I'm not ready to yet. And for all the reasons you guys talk all this shit, I'm fucking out of here, man. I'm going to Texas. Fuck that. I'm getting away from evil people running the state, those liberals, those Democrats, those taxes, the regulations, and the shit that's running that state of California. It's time to leave. When it gets that bad, you leave. Really? Look at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Looks pretty shitty to me. Taxes, regulations, liberal Democrats in the White House. Why aren't you leaving the country? You just ran your mouth at those are the circumstances when you leave. You've had enough. You got enough self-respect to leave. Well, leave the country. Oops. Now you're not talking so tough, are you? You bash everybody who stays to help fight and save California. You left. And then when Gavin Newsom wins re-election, you're like, and you guys fucking elected him again. Well, you all left. All the votes left. If it was going to be close in the votes, you left. It's not close anymore. And don't bitch about it. You left. But you guys always come back to visit. What's really amazing to me is that people who've left California, they come back here and they bash California while they're visiting California. They're visiting friends and relatives in California. They're sitting across the table from people who still live here, from people whose lives are still embedded in California, and they have the guts to go, you fucking still live here? You still live in this shithole? I fucking got out of here. I'm better than you. I got out of here. I got out. I left, man. Fucking why are you still here? You're making fun of where they live. Maybe they're living here because they have to. Maybe it's their job. Maybe their kids are going to college and they don't want to run out on their kids. There could be 100 reasons why they're still here. And you arrogant fucking pricks that call yourselves my friends, Republicans, conservatives, Dodger fans, whatever. You run your mouth like you made some great executive decision to save yourself and better yourself. Cut your losses and move on. But you're still living under the federal government who's doing the same thing to you. So apparently your allegiances to yourself only go so far. Your hypocrisy is quite another issue. All right, I'm done.
Said that they were glad that you're here in California.
I know. They were glad I'm here.
Yes.
I'm glad they're here.
You went sideways.
I went sideways with them, for them. They're her and I, same page.
Got you. Okay. Patrick gave $20 on PayPal for Gen X Dad In-N-Out Fund.
Oh, I want In-N-Out Burger tonight. Oh my God. In-N-Out Burger, the fun? In-N-Out Burger. You checking on your teenagers? I got a chicken question while she's gone. Let's drink, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said hydrate. One of my staff said hydrate. Drinking water. Ask you after you take a shot. Whoa! Party foul. Fucked up mistake. All right. Loud one turned my whole screen yellow. $10, my buddy. To back the amount of cash in circulation with gold would not be possible. Hasn't been gold in Fort Knox for a long time. It was all sold when they started planning on ending Social Security benefits. Yeah, loud one's on the same page. Can't do it. All right. We have full-grown hens. Pretty big pen for them. And then she just started letting them out. I was worried about Rowe, our hawk. We have a hawk named Rowe. Long story. And I thought that as soon as she let these hens out to run around in the garden, kind of free range in the garden, they would get picked up by the hawk, and they haven't. Now, you guys have said that's because I have a fan twirling. I got a windmill, a little fake windmill thing that's decorative. It's like 8 feet tall, though. And you guys have said that's why. All right, maybe. So the hens have picked that garden clean and kept all the weeds down, and now she can replant, which is great. And then they are healthy. They are big, fat. I mean, they move. They run around. They're great. And then we got a bunch of baby chicks, and you can't put the baby chicks with the hens because the full-grown hens will kick the shit out of them. Got that. I'm okay with that. Then they got to an age and a size where she calls them teenagers. Not sure how she measured them in dog years or something, but now they're teenagers. And she let them out like last week, and they got bullied a little bit, but now she just lets them out the whole time. If they go near the big hens, the hens fuck them up. But the hens don't really go after them. There's one hen that does, but they leave them alone. It's a big area. It's a big garden area to run around. I mean, a lot, like 600 square feet. They got plenty of room to go. They can go back into their apartment. They can go back into they have like a little cubby hole inside. They can do all sorts of stuff. But is that the way you do it? I would have thought you had to let the hens get to be the same size as the other hens, then let them go at them. They're a little bit shy of size to what Gen X Mom calls as teenagers. And I don't know. Let me just ask, did you find any dead out there?
Is my mic on?
Your mic's on?
No, they're all accounted for.
None are bleeding?
No.
They didn't fuck one up?
What happens when there's baby chicks? The moms have baby chicks.
The moms protect the baby chicks.
Well, they're fine. Everybody's fine. And on my way out back, we received $20 on PayPal from Flying Bee Metal LLC.
Flying Bee Metal LLC. I'm saying like Loud Trouble LLC. Okay, look, I got to get to something in here. I'm going to fuck it up, and I don't mean to. So I got to put the sheets on hold for a second, you guys. This is important. Doesn't matter where you're listening or watching from. Calm your ticks and dits. Here we go. All right. I told you that last week we had a viewer show up in town and said, hey, can we meet you guys? We said, yeah, we'll go get a beer. So we went to a little bar restaurant and had a beer. Now, I tried to describe to you the guy that showed up. The one guy, they're both from Alaska. The one lives here now. But there was two friends, like best friends. One guy was the fan, was the viewer. He showed up. And his friend came along too, who was just brand new to getting to know who we were. They looked like Bert Kreischer, the comedian. You know, the dude takes his shirt off? And the beard from Ted Lasso. I told you guys that. So I finally got the pictures. Okay. I know there's no picture. Calm your tits. There's one person. Okay. This is who it looked like. Okay. Do you get this? There's Bert Kreischer. I think I'm saying that right. And the beard. This is who popped into my mind when these two dudes showed up. All right? You with me now? Okay. This is who actually showed up. Now, one more time. This is who it looked like to me. Two very famous people, Bert Kreischer and the comedian, and the beard, the actor. This is who actually showed up. Am I far off on this? I'm not too far off on this. The guy with the Chiefs hat is the dude who was the fan, the follower, very excited to be there. The dude on the other side of the screen with the tie-dye fucking colored Jimi Hendrix Experience shirt, that guy was the friend who had no idea pretty much who we were. Remember the guy who couldn't order a drink because his wife said no? That's that guy. It's the guy on the right. You can come, you can hang out. He couldn't even drink ice water. I said, you can't even have, no. And when I finally forced him to drink water, he goes, I better go. I better go. Like he knew he broke the rule. He knew that her radar was going off. She was going to call him and goes, you just drank 3 gulps of water, didn't you? You get your ass home right now. It was that vibe. I mean, not even the vibe. He was just saying it out loud. Okay, that's who showed up. So let me give you the comparison there. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me it doesn't look like those two. That's pretty damn close. When they walked in, I was like, holy shit, those are two famous people. Because that's what it looked like. I'm not... All right, look. I'm just telling you that those guys that showed up, I was happy to meet both of them. I was ecstatic. This is the picture of the two of them. This is who I thought it was. I wasn't that far off. Everybody's okay. Calm down. Everything's fine. All right. The other thing I was going to tell you is the kids' YouTube channel got to 400,000 subscribers today. And why that is significant, and it was explained to me by the kid, and he's not wrong after I got the explanation, and you've heard this explanation before when it was at 100,000 and 200,000. How many times do people actually watch YouTube and subscribe? I don't very much. Why? Because I know that if I keep watching something, if I'm watching World War II stuff, YouTube's going to keep feeding me World War II stuff. I don't particularly need to subscribe to the channel. If it's a really good channel, I probably will. But, I'm watching YouTube for 12 or 15 years or whatever it's been, and I may have subscribed to 7 places. Because whatever I keep watching and keep liking, they're going to keep showing me. So I'm good, right? I don't need to subscribe. I don't subscribe. Come to find out, most people don't subscribe. No, there's some that do, but most people have the same thought as me. It's like, yeah, I'll just keep watching it and YouTube will keep showing. I don't need to subscribe. So how on earth did he get his channel to 400,000 subscribers when people don't genuinely subscribe? It's commonly something they just skip over. How on earth did he do that? And yet here we are. That's why I thought it was important. That's why I thought it was quite an accomplishment compared to, say, TikTok, where he's got a million followers of people that just click and go, click and go, click and go. No. Not on YouTube. Completely different completely different audience on YouTube. Completely different tax bracket, completely different IQ levels. I'm just saying. All right, so there you go. And we say thank you to the kid and good job, good job. Now we get to the shed. Remember, they built the studio, then they had to tear the studio down. They built the studio, then they had to tear it down and stamp down the ground. So the kid, Gen Z kid, went up to the balcony and put a camera on there, a time-lapse camera so you guys can see, and they ripped the entire thing down. 16 by 20 feet or whatever it is. He pulled the whole thing apart. And 12 by 20, whatever it is. You pulled it 14, pulled it all apart, and they stacked it. It hauled a lot of it away. And then they stamped down the ground and did what they're supposed to. Now waiting for an inspection, but you guys have asked, and there it is. It's like 10 seconds of video, and it took 2 hours for him to do it. All right. So there was the guy there he is. And that was the real picture of us. The other picture was something they sent to us, but that was it. Same Chiefs hat, I'm sure. Same damn Chiefs hat. I don't think he's got 100 of them. I think he's got his favorite, and he's wearing it. And that was us having a beer, having a drink, hanging out. And he bought my drink that night or that afternoon. Thank you very much. What else was there? Was so much to talk about. Bum, 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 bum. Did you find that? Yeah, I'm not going to get into all that shit. There's just so much. That takes so long to do. But I want to touch on some of the simple things. Let me make sure I didn't miss something in there. Hold on a second. Let me look. Bum, 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 bum. Is it okay? I think I already covered that. And go that one there, dealing with bunny. I am not showing you pictures of me hanging out with my rabbit. Nope, not doing it. If it is 0, 2-minute drills. Oh, I did have one of those things, the 2-minute drills. No, I didn't. God damn it. Dalai Lama wanted a kid to suck his tongue. Yeah, they had pictures of it. Bullshit story. I'm not doing that one. We'll do that one next time. All right. So listen, we are coming up on 1 hour and 45 minutes. Wow, I'm getting yelled at. What? Wow. No badonkadonk if I don't finish the sheets. Well, I will finish the sheets with vim and vigor. Oh, Richard Hash, loving the show tonight, General. What are your thoughts on Fox News settling with Dominion? Well, you can keep fighting that fight. You're probably gonna lose. It's all comes down to an opinion on stuff, on whether they did or didn't, what they said or didn't say, and how people took it and understood it. Can Dominion go out there and say, well, because of what Fox News said, our reputation is tarnished, which is what they're saying. Our reputation is tarnished. Look at all the elections we were no longer allowed to be part of because of what they said. You were part of every election you chose to be part of after that. Well, still, it hurt our feelings and we need money. Are they going to let you do the next elections? Yes, we have contracts for the next presidential elections too that they have to abide by. What are you out? So someone had an opinion, you're a bunch of fucked up. You got to admit, there was some weird shit back then. You got to admit that was a kind of a fucked up time for all of us to go through. So somebody said some shit. Grow the fuck up. Get over it. That's my opinion. Springer, Lady Sith Warren. Lady Sith? Springer, Lady Sith Warren. That's like a bad Jedi, and she's a chick. I just heard of you guys recently, and you are awesome as a fellow Gen Xer. I say a lot of the same things. It's nice to see someone real. You're welcome, America. And Denmark. I hate fucks. Is Bakersfield as bad as the news from the left says it is? No, it's not. I know. They had that whole propaganda against Donnie Youngblood. You know, Donnie Youngblood, you guys would like him. He's a sheriff here in Kern County. And he made a statement one time, caught it on film, and he said, it's cheaper to kill a suspect than to arrest them and put them in jail and pay for them for the next 30 years. Cheaper to kill them and bury them than to pay for them to be in jail for 30 years. Now, he didn't say it was the right thing to do. He was talking from a financial point of view. It's cheaper if a guy is shooting at you and you can shoot him in the leg and he's in the hospital, then he goes to jail for 30 years, or shoot him in the fucking head and he's dead and we're done with this whole mess. He didn't come out and say that was the thing to do, but as a lot of police officers think and say, if you're shooting at me, I'm not shooting to wound you so you can go and have your day in court. If you shoot at me, you're fucking going down. That's the reason I pulled my weapon. I'm going to kill you. That's what it's for. It's not to detain you. Now, he got in a lot of hot water for that, and guess what? He survived it. After he made that statement, he's still been a great sheriff for all these years. Now, if I got part of his quote wrong, forgive me. But the spirit of it, I believe, is 100% correct, and I support Donnie Youngblood 1,000%. He's one cool fucking cat getting the job done. I will be sorry to see him go, as will all of Kern County. One day when he's retired and gone, that's going to be a big deal. And she's back.
$20 on PayPal from Kendall. Did not say where it's going.
Then it's going to the whiskey fund. But is that Kendall a guy or Kendall a girl? That can go both ways. I don't know. Old man Jake, member for 8 months, bottom of the Glass Nation. Hey, old man, how do you feel about the whole Bud Light? Thanks. I think it should keep politics out of my beer. It should. They fucked up. But you know what's really funny is that a lot of other institutions have done the same thing. Coors had some stuff like that. But you know, you're in marketing and advertising, it's not just what you're doing, it's the timing that matters. And you aligned yourself with a person that a lot of the country is pissed off at that person and pissed off at how that group is conducting themselves. And I'll get off onto a topic real quick for 1 second. You guys can be free to steal this if you want to, all right? It's not that the country doesn't like gays and lesbians and bisexuals or transsexuals, transgendered, homosexuals. They don't care. It's not that the country is angry at those people for being those people and their groups for doing what they do. Nobody cares. But the country is all of a sudden super fucking angry at how you're conducting yourselves. That's just like if a white guy comes up and says, do you have a problem with me? And a bunch of black people say, no, I don't have a problem with you because you're white. And the white guy says, good, because fuck everybody, fuck the world, and fuck, blah, 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 blah. Then the black guys go, hey, you're an asshole. I'm an asshole because I'm white? No, we don't care that you're white. You're conducting yourself like a fucking asshole. This has nothing to do with your race. You follow? In America, we finally got to a point where people don't give a shit about what you're doing in the bedroom. People don't give a shit one way or another about how you choose to live your life and what you choose to do. Go ahead. But when you force it to the front of the line, you force it for everyone else to deal with it in their personal lives, and you demand things that are unreasonable, all of a sudden you went from being normal and just like everybody else in LGBTQ, you're normal, we're normal, they're normal, we all get along, everybody's fine, we can all work shoulder to shoulder at McDonald's flipping burgers, we can all pump gas together, nobody cares. But then you take and you push and you push and you scream and you yell and you demand, now we're pissed off at you. not because of who you are. You're acting like assholes. Don't just be regular like the rest of us. I'm not demanding to be put to the front of the line because I'm heterosexual. No. I'm just quietly living my life, twisting wrenches and mowing my lawn. That's all I'm doing. And when you guys were doing the same thing, nobody cared. It's not who you are that people are angry with. It's how you're behaving. Quit fucking things up. That was a timing issue where there is some heavy tension on people acting like assholes, and you just stepped right in the middle of it, and you got caught in the crossfire. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light people, that's who I'm talking to. You guys got caught in the crossfire on that. Nobody has a problem with all of the organizations. Nobody has a problem with the communities. Everybody finally got to a point where we all get along. And then someone has to start yelling and screaming and demanding more, and that's when it didn't seem fair. And then there was lines drawn in the sand, and it all got fucked up. Wasn't me. I didn't do it. I was minding my own business until you guys came along. What's up?
Oh, and you gotta say that's like the swap spots.
You want to trade spots with me?
So
What?
if you signed off, then
What for?
I got something to say.
Gen Z Kid is trying to get me off the air. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish reading the sheets, and I'm going to press the pause button. Don't leave. Don't leave. We're not done. I'm going to get my fat ass out of this chair, and I'm going to let him sit down. All right? It's his channel. He deserves it. People of the good shit, hear him speak. Hear him speak. Let me get through here. E. Ross, chicks, man. Chicks. That's what I should have said to my wife. God damn it. Scott Friends, $5 for the General's Bristle Brush Fund. For the beard. Is my beard getting wild because I'm chalking up and it happens. The end is near. Beware. Dropped in $10. Adopted since baby. A sister also adopted. She gets all the love. Never heard it once. Got her new house. He had five-part bypass surgery, pacemaker, prostate, cancer, stroke, and much more. Who's he? Adopted since the end is near. You said you're this guy. Your sister got everything, and then you said he had a 5-part. Is it you had? The dad had? The dad was the one who didn't love you, loved her. I don't know. Got to give me a little more, buddy. I want to be part of the conversation, too. The end is near. Beware. $5. Have to help him at the farm tomorrow. Pray we don't kill each other. Well, if you're talking about your dad, yeah. Give him some time, buddy. Give him some time. Loud one, $2. If you eat enough eggs, you won't have baby chicks. Old man Jake says hawks won't really go after chickens unless they're singled out. But an owl will mess up a chicken. Why do they call them fucking chicken hawks then, man? They call some of them chicken hawks. You can't tell me they named a whole classification of hawk chicken hawk, and they don't go after chickens. And owls won't get to them because they put them away at night for the owls. Rooster Cogburn, that is not your real name. John Wayne just chimed in. Curious question, because you and I are the same age, and I absolutely love this channel, but I was curious why in his reels you always have something in your hand when he ambushes you. OCD, I don't know. Maybe I just can't sit there with my hands like this. Maybe I got to do something. And having something in my hands to fiddle with is better than having my dick in my hands on camera. So there you go. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. All right. I'm done with the sheets. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys for a bit here. The kid's going to step in. I'm going to press pause and turn off the microphones. He'll be on in a second. Don't go away. There is an important public service announcement coming your way. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Stand by, citizens. Here we go.
Well, it's me. It's me again. Welcome to the show.
Hey, is my mic
No, your mic is not.
I want to start it off with Mrs. Four has sent you something.
Oh, Miss Four sent me something.
Yeah, she's on right now. You can say hi to her.
Yeah, hi, Miss Four.
Mrs. Four gave you $50 on PayPal. Congratulations on 400,000. Thank you, Gen Z Kid, for starting this thing. Funds for our ZEO.
Thank you, Mrs. Four, for the $50, and thank you for congratulating me on 400K. And I'd like to mention that real fast. Kind of the real reason why I came on here is because 400K is an amazing number. If you tried to visualize 400,000 people, it's hard for the human brain to even conceptualize. You know, if you thought of the Coliseum in Los Angeles, think of it filled up 4 times. That's just insane to me trying to imagine that many. And it's not just 400,000 people who hit subscribe and then left. 95% of the people here watch our shorts over and over and wait for it every 9 a.m. And it's honestly just, it's amazing to me that we have such a dedicated fan base. And, you know, if you think about it, it's a lot of little circles. You know, it goes from the bottom of the glass nation, the heart and soul of Gen X Talks, and then it streams out to, I'm saying thank you to even the people who watch the shorts, you know, who just watch the shorts. That's just supporting me, my dad, my mom in this endeavor that we're trying to accomplish. And then there's people who stop in on live streams and watch the reels, and people who watch us on multiple platforms. There's so many different variables to Gen X Talks that if people really appreciated all of it, it'd be amazing. And there's a lot of people here who do, especially the people with the green names, you know, the bottom of the glass nation, the extras, the people in the Discord server, the people on the Facebook show right now watching me congratulate YouTube for all their hard work. It's something amazing and astounding to me that we've gotten this far. You know, I remember I've been here congratulating you guys with every milestone. 100K, 150K, 200K. These two, 100K, 200K, and 300K, 350. And now here we are at 400K. What do we do after we get to 400,000? We truck for $500,000. $500,000 is even harder for me to grasp, and I can't wait for you guys to be along the ride when we get there. So, again, you guys make Gen X Talks happen. I'm closing out my senior year, and I remember at the beginning of this year, I shaved my head buzz cut because of you guys. I've had key moments in my life because of you guys. I've gotten the opportunity to have a historic time at the Kern County Fair because of you guys. My life would be a little emptier without Gen X Talks and without the Bottom of the Glass Nation and without the Lunchbox crew on Facebook. As much as you don't see me and mostly see Gen X Dad, I am just as appreciative of what you guys do for me and what I love to do for you guys. And I'm sorry that I've been so busy, but man, this summer is going to be the year of Gen X Talks, the summer of Gen X Talks. It's going to be hitting the ground running where I'm taking a lot more control over it because I don't have school anymore. I don't have FA anymore. I've graduated. I've gone off. I'm ready to hit the ground running, you know? So I would read through the sheets. I'll read the super chat real fast. 10 from Old Man Jake. Thank you so much. And as we close over into 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on April 18th, as we hit 400K, from everybody here at Gen X Talks, we will catch you on the flip side. I can't find the